star 1978 star 8378 Nicole Cattaruzza. I'm still within this new cheat. All of a sudden my cat Scratch started connecting with whatever, and all of a sudden he wanted to start collecting Pokemon cards and playing with the children at the park. That's something that they do now collectively. I have no idea what that's all about. He wanted to collect a card, he wanted a package of cards last night, or the day before, and I walked up with him to Rite Aid, and we purchased a package. Inside that package Alexander had a few Pokemon cards, Daniel, back when they were smaller. But again, I didn't really pay attention. They didn't go to collection, like, they weren't part of clubs. There was none of that out in Long Island. They purchased the cards and then they looked at them like artwork, and then they didn't know what to do with them. So they just went in the toy box. I don't know things like collectibles and groups and how they find one another in Humanville. I've never known. So, children, would go to school, and then they would come home and that was it. And if there was a club at school, then they had opportunity to join. But, so now, Nucci comes home, and this is the card. Now, interestingly enough, this matches the scar on Jason's head. Jason, 1976. The problem with the first birth that threw me out of alignment. Astrologically, zodiology, and health ministry. I was not supposed to be near him. He's an O blood type. He's not even supposed to be able to touch or be near me. It's just the way that it's supposed to be for even bigger issues, like two diamond funnel super semiconductors creating a neurological, but a nuclear tube, kind of important. So now I read an article. I didn't write the article. I read the article yesterday. So now this is interesting because this child is my Mayan calendar baby. He comes home from the store randomly, and this is what it is. So now there's something here in New York called a CPA. For us, it's Certified Public Accountant. I don't know what their purpose is. They know the tax codes, and when you work in an industry that compensates you, you have to go to them at the end of the year, and you have to submit all of your banking information, and then the Certified Public Accountant, the CPA, puts it neatly in order, and then files the IRS, which is the Internal Revenue Service, forms. And then you're in compliance. Didn't think much of it. There's also something called a Consumer Protection Act. No idea what that is. No idea how to find someone, if I don't know what it entails. These are not things that they actively teach the children, my children for sure, and never taught me as a child growing up in the state of New York. Then my son also has a book called Detective Pikachu Case Files. It's an interesting imposter inside. He got this when he became a blue collar NYPD officer, of some sort to my behest or whatever in other areas. I received the scar of burning on my midriff, which is not easily seen, but was documented by the doctor. And then the same doctor with medical license number ordered Rogam to protect my A status from the O disgusting that touched me and became a problem. So now I'm just curious. I was already set as an A in an ozone of all different possibilities of potential problems to go with an A representative in marriage, in arrangement. But for some reason, ozone kept A out of the ozone ability to readily come for me and to protect me and to take me back to safety A zone. So I don't know how that works. I don't know where you go for that type of help. I've been hurt repeatedly, and as of late it's getting worse inside the ozone within state of New York, within some North America, which also they call the United States of America, which has its own system of protection. It's supposed to be consumer protection. So now I have been left in an ozone consuming way too long, and my ability to leave freely and with some form of working with the A zone, being the ABO blood. They had a infography yesterday that I put up on Facebook. So there's one consistent article, and hopefully the article does not change, because I know some of the criminal children of everywhere, being it could be anybody's child, they don't all function in the highest efficacy level. So sometimes they have been known, and I've seen it happen on my own device, where I'll put in a C with 2 dots to represent a break, actually to represent whatever it is that I need to represent, and then I'll write a word after it, and on my keyboard it shows that it's displayed that way. And then when I press the send button, it converts it magically to some form of an emoji. So that concerns me, because there's already interference on my personal device between what I'm actually saying and what I'm actually writing and what my actual intent is or was, and how it's being handled within the magical realm of this unnatural device of quantum mirror state. That's why I said yesterday, I'm like, it's almost as though if I'm a Golgi apparatus, I packaged 4 proteins inside, 4 proteins resulting in 4 ribosomes for a molecular nucleus understanding of a cell. And then I have a quantum mirror state problem, and I have to form a centriole in order to communicate with another centriole. Normally, there's 2 centrioles and they reside in the same state, unless you're in mitosis or meiosis, and then all of a sudden they will go to the opposite ends. So here's my one mirror. Here's the mirror over in A state that I need help from. AZONE. And I am an A inside ozone. So here is where I am. I am an A inside an ozone, which is where I was, I arrived through natural birth, and my mother was held before me. I need to get to safety AZONE, so I am using my magical cell phone in order to transmit one message via YouTube into AZONE to let them know, since there's some kind of Consumer Protection Act, that I am not in a good place, nor have I been, because there's a lot of whatever this was. I don't know. They don't teach it. It was on Harry Potter's head, the one who was saved or to not to be touched. I don't know, something along those lines. But I'm the one who has a different scar, which is the Semper Fi tiger claws on my area for protection and union with something totally separate that's supposed to be protecting me. But I don't know in the great wide world of things what that actually means, because I have never met them, or if I have, it hasn't been in a overstate where they've explained out what happened to me, why I woke up with scars, and how they're trying to get me out of this O-zone and return me back to safety zone in the A-zone, since my blood is A, and that's where I need to be returned to. So there is something, these are called centrioles in molecular biology. The humans, they taught that, they agree with that inside the ozone, where I am staying at the moment. I belong to something that I call an Adonis, and I'm in a bodice that used to be in much better condition, but as of late, there's something called gamma globulin and immunoglobulins, and then there is the and that's the pairing relation of the radiation at the moment in this gamma field that I'm taking on because I can't help myself, and I don't know, I don't have money, I don't have means, and I don't know where to land in the A zone. I don't know, I don't have, inside of ozone, they never allowed, I don't know how to find, they didn't allow anybody to come with a family crest, with any form of information to tell me who and where and how the safety retrieval piece was going to be. I mean, I'm sure that there's some kind of, under the Consumer Protection Act, there's a whole lot of things that go on. I just don't know what they are. I'm at such a lower level, not because I want to be, just because that's the way that things have occurred, and then people try to put a replacement in, or some kind of tactical obstacle in, that caused even more problems. So, so that's that. It's November, right now, 18th, 2021. I'm in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 161. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. And I never had any intent on doing any of this, except Galaxy is so broken. I have no way to find an A from an A zone at any level. I'm with ozone. Jason was that one that has this on his forehead. He's the one who, on his skin no less, he was an O. And Anthony, 1975, is an O. Neither of them are A's. but I can't on visual inspection tell if somebody is an A, a B, or an O. So it makes it a little difficult to find anybody in safety unit, especially when I've been lied to my whole life. And now there's like serious repercussions going on from holding me inside of an ozone that's not safe, not for me, not for the others. And now GABA globulin and immunoglobulin are off the charts because I'm being held in a lower gamma field when upper gamma and lower gamma together are not in balance. I don't know how to put it back in balance being held in an ozone with O's all around me and no A's anywhere in sight. And no A's being able to freely communicate with me. There has to be something on some book somewhere. I just don't know what it's called. I don't know who the people in charge are. And I don't know who to ask for help. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza.